Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. In this video today, we're going to be talking about freeze drying onions. And this is a perfect way to preserve them for long term and keep that crop ready to use. So let's get into it. Okay, when you're going to freeze dry onions, first thing you got to have is some onions. Now, when I talk about preserving onions, and I discussed that in some other video, you always want to get the onions that if you're going to freeze dry them or freeze them or something, you want to get the onions where they've got a big, thick stalk. You don't want an onion, you don't worry so much about these with the smaller necks, even though it's a smaller onion, but with the smaller necks, as you can see, some of those have a lot smaller necks. You taking these ones here won't store long, and what we do is we're just going to prepare these onions from the start. We'll kind of do them before we take them in to start doing them, but we'll get these ready. Take this outer skin till we're back to a nice skin underneath here. We'll get all the old brown or any that might have a problem. And then what we'll do is we'll take these in and wash them and get them ready to go. Now we're getting these ready to chop up. Use our handy dandy chopper. And the size you can choose. Now we were chopping with the bigger chopper. Now we're using a smaller one. But it's just going to be a matter of chopping these up and getting them ready for the freeze dry. Okay, we went down to the initial start and cool down. It's been 16 minutes now. So now what we're going to do is load these onions. And we have 5 trays of onions here. We're just going to put these in there. Nothing complicated about it. And this is the second batch since they replaced our machine. So we're going to see how this does. Now, when you do this, you've got to close the drain valve. Otherwise, you'll get a code because it won't set no vacuum up. Make sure it's closed properly. Latch the door and just hit continue. And it's going to go from there. Okay, the process has completed. We released the vacuum. You can see all the ice that forms inside. This is a good ice pattern. It should form all the way around. Now, there is a lot of water that's in onions. As you can see, there's a heavy layer of ice. Now, we checked them. They were good and dry. What we're going to do now is we're going to defrost this. So we'll close the door and it's going to tell you make sure the drain valve's open. Now we have a bucket here that we catch the water in. So we're just going to hit continue on that. And now what we're doing is we're putting these in half-gallon Mylar bags. We use quite a bit of onions. We did them in quart jars last year, still have some left. So we're going to put these in Mylar bags this year, so for long-term storage. As we're getting older, we might need onions and might not be doing as much garden. You never know. So anyway, we're just... Sorry, I just lost my mic. We'll try to narrate through. Now on the oxygen sensors, we're going to use a 300 oxygen sensor. And as you can see on the package, you can see the nice pink sensor that's in the package. Now, if that's purple, it's not any good. Now, I keep mine in a canning jar, the extra ones. Now, a lot of people try to reseal the packages, which that's not a easy thing to be sure. I've heard about people, they say that they use the oxygen sensor, or the oxygen absorber, they resealed the package. Now their thing is purple, it won't turn back pink. And that's what happens sometimes with the canning jar, you know, you just tighten the lid tight and it's good. Now I'm going to try to open this if I can find the place there. Oh, there it is. Okay. But anyway, I'm putting one of these in each of the packages, and I do this fairly quick, and then make sure I put all the extra ones in the jar, because the quicker you put them in, the less. Now they're not just going to go bad right off, but and you can see in the jar I have a bunch of those sensors, and they're starting to turn purple because it's been opened. When you put these in a jar, and I like smaller jars, but make sure you got the sensors or the absorbers down in there so they don't get between the seal, and make sure you write on there what size they are so you'll know whenever you go back to use them. But don't bother messing with trying to put them in the bag. And yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, we put these in half-gallon bags, Mylar bags, and whenever we seal them, the easiest way is to kind of fold the top over, get most of the air out, and then push the seal. Now you do want to make sure that when you do this, nothing gets between the seal. Now the Ziploc seal is not going to keep oxygen out. It keeps a little bit out, but it just makes it handy when you go to use them, so you can just reseal it and they'll stay fresh. But what we're going to do is we're going to take all these after we seal them up. We're going to heat seal the tops so they'll stay fresh, and then we'll mark a date on them so we'll know how good they are. But anyway, I'm hoping you found some value in this video. I hope it encourages you to freeze dry more food. And of course, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and hit select all, and give it a thumbs up and share it. It really helps my channel. And as always, enjoy that gardening experience.